Have you ever felt like you're going crazy in a conversation? You know you're right, but somehow, by the end of it, you're the one apologizing. There's a hidden game being played with words, a battle most of us don't even realize we're fighting. It's a subtle form of chaos, engineered by people who thrive in confusion. But what if I told you there's a way to see the game, to understand the rules, and to stop it dead in its tracks? This isn't about learning clever comebacks. It's about discovering a fundamental truth that can reorder your world. There's a clinical psychologist and thinker, Jordan Peterson, who spent decades staring into the darkest corners of human nature. He wasn't looking for easy answers. He was searching for the mechanisms that allowed darkness to take hold, both in society and in our personal lives. He noticed something profound about the words we use. For most of us, language is a tool for connection, for sharing ideas, for building things together. But for a certain type of person, a manipulator, language is a weapon. Their goal isn't to communicate, it's to confuse. They don't want clarity. They want a fog so thick you can't see the exit. Think about it. Have they ever twisted your words, making you defend a position you never even took? Do they use vague accusations, forcing you to scramble for evidence to prove your innocence against a crime that was never clearly defined? This is their strategy. They create a storm of uncertainty, and in that storm, they are in control. You're too busy trying to find your footing, trying to make sense of the nonsense, to see what they're really doing. And what they're doing is usually for their own selfish gain. Peterson has a term for this destructive use of language. He sees it as a form of chaos. Not just a mess, but a deliberate tearing down of order. When someone uses words to lie, to obscure, to gaslight, they are actively working against the structure of reality. They are creating a world where nothing is solid, where truth is whatever they say it is in that moment. And in that unstable reality, you become weak, dependent, and easy to control. They drain your energy because you're constantly trying to rebuild a sense of order that they are just as constantly tearing down. So how do you fight this? How do you stand firm when someone is trying to dissolve the very ground beneath your feet? The typical advice is to call them out, to argue, to fight fire with fire. But Peterson suggests something far more powerful, something that comes from a very old idea. He talks about the concept of the logos. In ancient thought, the logos is the principle of divine reason and creative order. It's the force that speaks reality into being, the power that brings order out of chaos. For Peterson, this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea. It's a practical tool for living. The logos is your own commitment to truthful speech. It is the act of saying what you mean, carefully and precisely. It's about articulating your own reality, not as a reaction to their chaos, but as a declaration of your own order. When a manipulator creates a fog of lies, your instinct is to run into the fog and try to fight them there. But that's their territory. You'll lose every time. The real countermove is to refuse to enter the fog. Instead, you stand your ground and speak your truth, clearly and simply. This isn't about being aggressive or confrontational. In fact, it's the opposite. It's a quiet confidence in what is real. It's the strength to say, I see things differently, without needing their approval or validation. You are anchoring yourself to a reality that you have carefully articulated, a reality that doesn't shift with their emotional weather. This is where your power lies. Let's imagine it. The manipulator says, "You never support me." It's a vague, emotionally charged bomb. The chaotic response is, "What are you talking about? I supported you last Tuesday and the month before that, and remember that time." You're already lost. You're playing their game, debating on their terms, digging through your memory for evidence to fight a feeling. The logo's response is different. It's calm. It's precise. It's something like, when you say I never support you, I don't know what specific instance you're referring to. I can't respond to that general feeling. If you can tell me a specific time you felt unsupported, we can talk about that. Let's take it a step further. They might say, you always make everything about you. Another classic, vague attack. The chaotic response is to become defensive. No, I don't. You're the one who's always. And the argument spirals. The logo's response is to hold the line. That's a very broad statement. It's not something I can really address. Can you give me an example of what I just did that made you feel that way? You are refusing to engage with the generalization, and instead, you are requesting a specific, observable event. You are pulling the conversation out of the realm of emotional chaos and into the realm of concrete reality. Do you see the difference? You're not accepting their chaotic premise. You're not defending yourself against a phantom. You are defining the terms of reality. You are demanding clarity. You are bringing order to their chaos. This is incredibly difficult for a manipulator to handle. Their entire power structure is built on vagueness and emotional confusion. Precise, honest speech is like sunlight to a vampire. It exposes their game for what it is. They can't fight it, so they will often retreat, lash out, or try to change the subject. But you will have held your ground. Peterson argues that this commitment to truth is more than just a debate tactic. It's a way of being. Every time you choose to speak as precisely and truthfully as you can, you are strengthening your own internal order. You are building a world around you that is solid, reliable, and real. The manipulator thrives in a world of illusion. By choosing to live in reality, by speaking it into existence, you make yourself immune to their illusions. Their tricks just don't work on you anymore because you're not playing the same game. You're not even on the same field. This is the deeper realization. The ultimate defense against manipulation isn't a clever trick, it's a commitment. It's the personal decision to align yourself with truth. It's choosing to be the person who says what they mean and means what they say, even when it's difficult. Especially when it's difficult. When you do this, you're not just protecting yourself. According to Peterson's thinking, you're doing something much bigger. You are becoming a force of order in a world that constantly drifts toward chaos. Every small act of truthful speech builds a little bit of habitable order around you. It makes your relationships clearer, your goals more defined, your mind more peaceful. And it sends a powerful message to those who would manipulate you. This territory is not for you. This is a place of clarity, not confusion. This is a place of order, not chaos. So the next time you feel that familiar, dizzying confusion in a conversation, that feeling that reality is slipping, remember this. The solution is not to fight the chaos. The solution is to generate order. Don't step into their fog. Stand where you are, plant your feet, and speak your truth. Speak it simply, speak it clearly, and speak it without malice. That is how you spot the manipulator. And that is how you end their trick. Not just for a moment, but for good. You become a person on whom manipulation simply cannot work. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a practice, a discipline. It requires courage, because speaking the truth can feel dangerous, especially when you're challenging someone who has built their power on lies. But every time you do it, you reclaim a piece of your own sovereignty. You are no longer a pawn in their game, but the author of your own story. This is the ultimate freedom Peterson points towards, the freedom that comes from living in alignment with what is real. What's one situation where you felt this kind of verbal chaos? Share your experience in the comments below. And if this resonated with you, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.